Hi, it's Tuck giving you an update on my Dragunity deck profile. I'm going to say it's the first one for this ban list, September 2012, because I only realised today that my last one was cut short. I get like halfway through and it just dies. Look, if that happens, send me a PM or a comment and I'll give you the proper profile, because look, I think the deck is very good. Check my DN if you don't believe me, and I haven't lost a tournament since I've started playing again. It's like 6 or 7 tournaments in a row that I've won. So look, the deck works, and I think you can get a lot out of it. So anyway, I'm going to start off with extra, because some of the changes in the main deck is because of the extra deck. So exceeds 1, 2, 3, Atum, Bouncer, Gaia. Atum, because he is broken in the deck, he goes plus 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 for no reason. Gaia, because he helps the Atum loop be an OTK loop, and that's just cool. And Bouncer, because there's so many decks out there that are just affect monsters, and people will waste a lot of their stuff on Photon just to get over him. So, because everyone wants their effects to go off, like, he is just a cool card. So that's the exceeds. You can run a Utopia or something if you want. I took out the 4. I had Queen Jing in there. I took him out for the reason being that I would rather just leave that Ducks out there, try and protect the Ducks, and then go into the Heretic loop. If I get the Queen Jing out and try and protect the Jing and she dies, then it's like, well, I've just wasted like my 4. I think it's better, or the Zephyros I should say, I think it's normally better to just protect the field to go to the Atum loop, because it's more plus plus. Onto the 5s, Catasta, finally got an ultimate rare, and TG Hyper Librarian, welcome back son, as I said last time. Reasons I put him back in, because it gives you options with your Legionnaire to go to a 2-4 or a 2-2. If you've got some darks and you need something a little bit stronger, TG Hyper is a good option. And if you protect him for one turn, you sink like a crazy fool. So you just draw, draw, draw. So TG Hyper is good, even if you got like just a monster reborn in hand, you let him die, and pull him back, and just go crazy. And look, you verse something like a Saber deck or something. And look, I've seen more synchros with the new ban list, because like Spore's back and people are playing around with him. 6s, I got Dirge, because he corrects your hands, and with the Zephyros, like Finish Chain or something, like he can make a bad hand good. And that's about it. So, and he works into the Tomb Loop. Triple Vadriana, because his Vadriana is 38 pop swing, he's a 38 swing full stop, and is the pathway into your 8 stars, which is what the deck does, or this one at least. Double Stardust, because Stardust has 2 easy hit, and it's a field protection. I'm running 2, because I've said in the past I like 1 in the graveyard, 1 in the extra deck, so if one dies late game you hit the second, or I do run 1 Starlight Road, so it's good to have like that target, just a special one for no reason, because there's so many Heavy Storms and double Mirror Force and double TT and Black Rose and Dark Hole and Heavy Storm again. So awesome card to have. Colossal Fighter, if you're versing a beatdown deck, then Colossal is the answer. It makes them waste their power cards, their resources to get rid of him. Thought Ruler, because it's great against those target cards. Obviously, he can't be targeted, or if he does, you pay 1,000 life points to stop it. But I've seen almost every deck is running D-Priz, and that is damn annoying. So he's just a great option to go to. Like, turn 2, you go Thought Ruler, and you're swinging. And every time you kill an attack position monster, it's a 2/7 swing, at least. Because you gain life points, they drop them. And that's just cool. Scrap Dragon, because he pops stuff, and it is very nice to be able to pop stuff for free. And the Atum Loop, when I do the Atum Loop, I'll leave the Red Eyes, Atum with 1 attachment, and Stardust, and just protect that. And if I do protect that, I go Ducks into Scrap Dragon, pop himself to pop one of their cards, pull him back with Red Eyes, pop another card to pop their back row, and when they don't have any back row, then you can use the Atum to pull out the Aquas to sink into Trident and then go for game. And that is the last card in the deck, is Trident Dragon. The reason I give him in that example is because if you go to him in stupid times and just go crazy, then you will lose with him and he will cost you the game. But if you go to him once you've cleared out that back row, or you're safe from the gauze and that sort of thing, maybe they got a field card or they got a face up, then he's an awesome option, another option over the Atomb Loop to be OTK. So he's just cool. And he's Veiler proof. I say that being that if they drop Veiler on him, then you don't destroy cards. If you've already destroyed cards, they try and drop it after that. It's a condition and he swings anyway. So I think that's a huge point that needs to be made, and he is a good card. I think he's good, and that's about it. So that's the extra deck. So major change, I guess, is that TG Hyper's back in there, and I have an Ultimate Catasta finally, and I'm happy about it. Stock stand for Dragunity is Triple Ducks, Double Phalanx, Legionnaire, Atlas, and that's just what Dragunities are. That's what they like. That's Dragunities. So we're gonna keep these over here for a sec. I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't go up or down unless for some reason they semi-limit ducks, and that would make me sad. Anyway, took out Garuda Wind Spirit, put in Fabled Cerebral. It doesn't hinder the Avarice as much. Like, you drop it into the graveyard, it adds another one to the graveyard, then you can go more crazy loop-loop, and yeah, it's just cool. So instead of Garuda removing one, putting a Ducks in there, and maybe putting in a Dirge, you're putting in another Ducks, and a Dirge, and a Cerebral. Like, it's just +2 on the Garuda play, and it really opens up that TG Hyper play, which I see as a new card in that extra deck. So very cool. New card I'm trialing. Not 100% sure whether I want him or not yet, is Tour Bus of the Underworld. Gosh, I'm going to be bending that. Look, he is a cool card in this deck. Reason being that if you play Dragon Ravine and you say, I discard Tour Bus to activate Dragon Ravine, Dragon Ravine is Chain Link 1, Tour Bus mandatory effect is Chain Link 2. So the way it resolves is Tour Bus will go off first, which puts your Legionnaire back into the deck, and then Ravine goes off and you add Legionnaire to your hand. Or same thing with Ducks or whatever. So, look, it's a good card early game because it acts as like a DD Crow. Your opponent's like trying to set their graveyard up and you just go, well, nah, chuck it back in your deck, try again. And it can slow down decks. So, like, I did against an Inzektor deck just today, and I just put their Hornet back in after they Foolish Burial it. And they're like, they weren't very happy. So, Tour Bus is cool, and late game, it's like a mini pot of Avarice, and it doesn't hurt the Avarice because it adds another one in there, and then you put it in a Ducks, and the Ducks back in there, and a Vadriana. So, awesome tech card for this deck, and I may be siding a second one as well. I haven't decided. Another reason I'm a happy chappy is I got myself an Ultimate Veiler. So, woohoo. Anyway, just hand trap at 1 because, look, there's not as many loops anymore with like that hand loop with the derp wind up. But look, it's still good because there's a lot of effect monsters that you do need to get rid of, and I search it out if I need it, pretty much. And how do I search it out? I search it out with the Sangan. A lot of people don't run Sangan. The reason I run Sangan is because if I'm versing a effect heavy deck, I will go and grab the Veiler. If I'm versing a deck that has just dropped Hornet or something and they've popped my Sangan, then I'll go and grab the Bus to put the Hornet back in the deck. If I got my graveyard reasonably well set up early game, I'll go grab the Cerebral. So I've got a power play. If I don't have the best hand, and maybe I've got cards of constants, I'll grab the Atlas or the Phalanx, depending on which is in my hand. And look, even if it's late game and they've popped your Ravine and you set him, he grabs your Ducks or your Legionnaire. So he grabs anything in the deck, and I would rather get him than Dragon Ravine because he's just so derp. And I think now that I have these 2 additions in the deck, he just searches out pretty much anything I need, and he makes the deck very, very, very versatile. So, awesome card in the deck, and I want to play Tour Guide just to get to him. Like, it's stupid. Last 4 monsters, Zephyros, because Zephyros. Double Mistletoe to support the Attuned Loop, and if they drop Veiler. Having said that, I barely see any Veilers at the moment. And Red Eyes to complete the combo. So, das ist das. Onto the spells. Third best searcher in the deck is Dragon Ravine. Second best searcher in the deck is Terraforming, and best searcher is obviously Sangin, because I love that guy. More consistency is Cards of Constants, because that's awesome. Duality at 2 and Foolish at 1. Just keeps your deck consistent. Like, anything you do is consistent. Any hand you draw is consistent as long as you get one of these. Because look, Duality is not bad, because you can go Legionnaire, pop 2, and Duality into the back row. And then, or if you want to go Legionnaire to go Stars next turn, you can do it. Or if you Duality to get the Tuner or the Ravine for the Cards of Cons to draw 2, the Foolish to go 8 first turn, like, it's just awesome. Alright, so, and look, if you do open the nuts, then chuck Duality. You don't need it. Or set as a dummy on your back row. Because if you open the Attuned Loop, set 3, people go, oh crap, what am I going to do? And they are scared because they think something there's going to be, hey, you can have an MST and double Duality sitting back there, but they don't know it, and it's scary. So, just, it's good. One-off cards, the Foolish Burial and Monster Reborn. Obviously staple in this deck because it opens up another Attuned Loop, Relish goes to the graveyard, derp derp. Avarice, I did fall out of love with this card not very long ago. I'm pretty sure I just had a hissy fit because I drew it at the wrong times, and that's about it. So, look, it's an awesome card though, especially since that the changes I've made to the deck is loading the graveyard even faster. It's a great card to have, and if you have to very much drop it, then you can drop it. And you've got the safety of that tour bus in there if you want that recycle late game. Last one off is Heavy Storm for the spells, double NST for the back row hate, and double Lance for the back row hate. And I think I've said before, I class Lance as a trap card as well, because it is a battle tactic and it is fantastic. So, as much as it helps you get to where you want, is a battle tactic. And I nearly want to run 3 because it's that sexy. The gates, I said I ran a Starlight Road inside. Next 2 is double Solemn Warning and Judgment. So Solemn Series, because you don't care if you pay a few life points because you lock the field down, you protect the field. You don't plan on taking life points unless it's like you Legionnaire pop pop and you're gaining hand advantage, and then it doesn't matter. So Solemn Series is staple in this deck. I would not take it out for a while unless I feel like putting a Finish Chain in instead of a Warning for Zephyros. Double Mirror Force because Konami said we could. Having said that, Starlight Road's floating around a lot more. So, but the thing is that, look, if you hit Stardust first turn and then you set Mirror Force and they go derp 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 swing, you go Mirror Force, they try and Starlight Road, then you negate Starlight Road Stardust. It works because Starlight Road is spell speed 2. So it's still a safe card to go, and then all their monsters die anyway, so you are safe. And last off is Finish Chain, because it's really cool, and I like to negate monster effects, and I would like to put a second one in. Having said that, the deck's are 42. Some of it is up to your own judgment of what you like. Things that I changed was I put in the second Mirror Force because it's Mirror Force, and the thing is that I was finding I wasn't quite drawing into enough traps because I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 and 2 Lancers, which is 7, and I wasn't drawing enough. And look, having 42 isn't bad. It just raises the chances that you're going to get that trap card, which you want. You've got that much of a search engine in here, and you've got the Sangin, and you've got double plays with the Cerebral. You don't need, like, it doesn't matter if you don't go nuts first turn. You've got safety and, I don't know how else to say it. It's good. It works. Alright, anyway, this is going for long enough already. It's just hit 15. So thanks for watching, and once again, sorry about last video. If it happens, let me know and I'll fix it. But thanks for watching, and this is Tuck.